heard that. I'd be like, I'm not calling you a slut, I swear. Yeah, going live and we live. We are live. Look at that.
Yellow.
How's the connection? Let's see. Saying excellent for now. No, not that much lagginess. I think we're good. No dangle clack so far. I think I finally have this OBS thing figured out. Kind of. Kind of. Keyword kind of. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't have nothing figured out in OBS. That's why Shane does it all.
Yeah, it's just... It's a work in progress. It really is. Okay, Mike over here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special weekday edition of What's Your Story. Today, I am joined by the king of weekend and weekday wisdom, Mr. Texas Cloudtown himself. What's going on, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Let's see if people are going to start talking and chat a little bit instead of being just quiet little Nancy Pantses over here.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. We don't bite. Maybe Jay does, but I don't. Let's see.
There's Swags.
Swaggy. How you doing, sir? So,
there we go. There's everyone.
Yeah, there they come. See? Swags comes and people follow. Livia, hello. Mr. Anthony Ramola, Logan, all you guys, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a fantastic week, and hopefully your half of the week hasn't been as boring as mine, because work has been shit, because it's been so fucking slow. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. I'm usually fucking busy during the week, and then this week so far it's just been like dead. I'm actually calling customers to be like, do you guys need anything today? You guys haven't like emailed me or called me today. What the hell's going on? He's like, no, we're good. I'm like, okay.
Hey, at least you didn't come home from Florida to 300 emails and 6 customers waiting in the front waiting for you. Yeah, that wasn't fun.
That sounds hectic. I'd be like, yeah, you guys can wait because I still have my seat pants on. And I got my water wings still on. You come in here expecting me to work. So let's get into this damn thing. Before we get into the main topic of tonight, why don't you tell us what you're vaping on, Jay?
All right. Ooh, overdripped. All right, so I got the Turkey V2 on the Dreamer. Oh, there goes dripping on my keyboard. Yep, I definitely overdripped. Well, that's got the Inferno chop top from DHD Jess Marie. And inside that, I got a liquid for vaping that is all over my keyboard now. Next, I got another Turkey V2 on top of the Unicorn mod. I think it's Unicorn and Mass mods. The Vert, I switched up. I put the golds on there. I don't know if I did it yesterday or not, but switched it up, made it look a little different. And I got the Turkish cake in that.
I know Frames did it with the put the stainless ring on it.
Yeah, I think the
and then he put the dead goat on top of that. I think it was. That looks dope.
Yeah, I got the textured one, and it's honestly not that bad. I was kind of scared because I'm not really big into textured, but it's really smooth. But it's still a little texture.
It doesn't look like it's a bad texture to it.
It feels like a fingerprint almost, I guess you could say. I like it. Next, I got the Unicorn RDA on there with the Dreamer LE.
The beat up LE Dreamer?
Yeah, the beater mod. I need to see if I can redo this somehow, one way or another. Inside that, I got some Turkish blend running pretty low on this, but been loving it. And then I got the Apocalypse 25 on the Keen with some of this butter custard. And this is from Vaporized in Theodore, Alabama, the place where I believe Heavy works. So.
Oh, did you guys stop there on the way back?
Yeah. I stopped there on the way back at like 20 minutes after they opened, and he wasn't there. So I was like, damn it. But it was still cool to be able to stop in. It was a pretty cool shop. They got some really good stuff. They got some stuff for the newbies and the hobbyists and a lot of great looking juices. or liquids, whatever you want to call it. And I just wanted to pick up one of their house juices to see how it was. It's pretty good. I really like it.
Awesome. Is that all you got tonight?
That is all I have.
Awesome. What do I got going on? I think I have a few things. Let's see. I got Cyclone Mods Evo with the gear. And inside there, I got some... Turn it around. There we go. Superb White Peach.
Nice.
And then I got my SQ 18650 with the Hadley on top. Inside of there, I got some Bad Mother Clucker by Free Range Vapor, aka Vaporgate, because that's pretty much one of their lines. And what else? Brizzo, kind of getting a little patinaed, but I got to clean it up a little bit. Transistor Brizzo with the APOC 25, Gatorboard drip tip. And inside of there, I got some fried banana. Super steeped. Well, I guess you could say super steeped.
That's one of those mods or setups where if all your vaping gear had to get sold, that's one of the ones you probably could never sell. That and the Monarch.
Yeah, because they're both a one of one. Kind of. They'll have its own individual kind of like quirks to it. And what else? My final setup, of course, since you just mentioned it, I got my Aspen Modco, my Monarch, Mr. Tormund with the Recoil Rebel on top. Inside of there, I got some Transistors Foster, which is like my favorite banana flavor of all time. Still think it's better than Bule Bulu. Don't judge me. Actually, judge me all you want. Doesn't matter. Still love it. And is there anything else? No, I think that is it. I think that's all I got set up going tonight. Let's see. Anything? I don't think so. Everything looks like it's good to go. Boom shakalaka. Why do I keep saying boom shakalaka? I don't know. Fucking. And I got a apple juice. If you guys didn't see it on my Instagram post, got a Foggy Giza kid.
Ooh.
It's a.
Oh.
I don't even know what the percentage of this guy is, but
there's a brewery
damn tasty
down the road from my house at this. It's like it's a little nice hangout place. It's got a nice burger place that does all these different cool burger things, and then they got a brewery, and they got a taco place, and they got an ice cream place, and a little place where you could play cornhole, ping pong, and there's a band out there every now and then. And one of their beers that they have on tap there that they make right there is a pineapple guava IPA that was like 9%, and it was so fucking good. Ooh. Oh my God, it was good. I probably had about 3, and I was like, okay, I think we need to leave.
Can you buy them in like cans and just like bring them home?
See if I can. I might have to go back over there and see if I can. I might have to send some out to some people because it was that damn good.
Because I know a lot of breweries you can actually buy the stuff and bring it home.
I'm pretty sure I can. I'll have to go up there and check. Because happy hour, I mean, it was like $3 for one of those, and it was
like
pretty
the place
good.
You guys went to in Houston.
Oh yeah. They got the.
Didn't they have like a taco truck or something out there?
I didn't go, but I'm pretty sure they did.
I thought you went with them.
No, I stayed home. I stayed back and learned how to make some.
Oh yeah, you learned how to make your. What did you guys call that one?
The Crimson Claptons.
No, the juice and the liquid you made.
Oh, the Bugs and Drugs.
Yeah, Bugs and Drugs. Yeah.
Sponsored by Swaggins. He's going to be paying for all that to get made. So, yep, be ready to see it.
Bugs and Drugs. That's amazing. Okay, so why don't we get into why you're actually here? Stop random phone number calling me. What the hell? So, of course, you all know that today's What's Your Story. So, I got Mr. J Texas Cloud Town on here to share that a little bit with us. So, I know you really didn't smoke as much cigarettes as really the rest of the people that I've had on the show, but you used to do something a little bit different, kind of still easily as bad, because it kills your mouth and your freaking throat. But you used to dip.
Oh, yeah.
So how long did you dip for, and how old were you when you first started dipping?
Let's see. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. This is story time with Pooney and Size, so get ready. So I can still pretty much remember the first time. We were on the bus coming home from basketball. Is it basketball or baseball, I think?
It's probably baseball.
Yeah, it was. Well, the thing is, we had a lot of people who played baseball on basketball, or who played basketball. We all played the same sports and everything. But it was, and let's see. So I was a sophomore, so it would have been like 2010. Yeah, 2010. And I was on the bus, and someone was like, "Hey, man, you want to try this?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Me, everyone else is doing. Let me try it." And I instantly was like, "Okay, this is pretty good. Let me just keep doing this." And there was some nasty. I think it was what is the crappy brand? Wolf. I don't know what it was. It was a nasty wintergreen. And after that, I went on to like Copenhagen and all that.
Was it like the Grizzly stuff or no?
Grizzly, there you go. Grizzly, yes. It was Grizzly wintergreen, and that stuff tastes like freaking cough syrup. And I don't know how I dipped and how I liked it, but pretty much anything I could get my hands on at that age of a dipping product, I was dipping. And it was pretty bad because like everyone in the local convenience stores or local little gas stations we had was pretty much someone in our class was the one who was behind the counter. So we would just walk in there and we would act like we're swiping our card, and we'd get like 3 cans for nothing. And easily before I even left high school, I was already up to over about a can a day. So, I mean, and I'm in school for 8 hours of the day. So, I mean, like baseball practice, we would just, we learned how to dip without the coaches knowing. We would put some in, and then we'd put a little bit of sunflower seeds in our mouth. And anytime he'd give us a weird look, we would just like act like we're chewing some sunflower seeds and spit it real quick. And then they would be like, "Oh, what the heck?" And it would, I mean, all of our coaches dipped. I mean, we had a coach who used to dip like 4 cans a day. And I mean, every one of our coaches used to dip. So, I mean, it was, and coming from Texas, a small little town, country town, I guess you could call it, everyone pretty much either chewed, or a lot of people did. It was a big thing here. So, I mean, that's pretty much the first time I did it. And ever since then, it just kept going and going and going.
Was there a time where it converted you to cigarettes?
Yes, actually. So I found vaping, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, this is whenever 30 mils were like $30, $40. So I was like, man, this is getting too expensive, because I started getting into mech mods and RDAs and stuff like that. All right, this is getting too expensive. I think I'm fine. I should be fine without vaping. And I stopped vaping for a while. It was probably about a good year. And then out of nowhere, I got more stress at my job. I became a lead of the whole shift, and it came with like tons and tons of responsibility that now is like at our job is delegated through like 5, 6 people. So I had a lot of stress on me. So I went back to dipping, and a lot of people at our work didn't dip. So a lot of people smoked. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try that. I started smoking a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? It's only going to be one of those things where I'm going to smoke when I drink. And that, we all know how that turns out. It turns out into a pack a day or more smoker. I never really got up to a pack. No, actually I did. I got up to about a pack a day, about there for about almost a year. And I mean, it wasn't my smartest choice, I guess you could say.
Hey, our smoking years, I could probably speak for everybody in chat. Our smoking years were probably not our smartest.
Yeah.
Especially when you first took that first cigarette. It's just...
Oh, yeah. And it's one of those things where if I was drinking and we were at a party or something, I could easily go through a pack within like 2-3 hours. I mean, I know a lot of people who could have done that too as well, but I mean, my boss, he smokes probably about still 2 packs a day. He was up to about 4 packs a day at one point, and it was one of those things where whenever we would go out and we would drink or something, it's like just chain smoking. And then, hey, who wants to run to the store? Who's not drunk enough to run to the store and go grab some more? And it's like, damn. Now I look back on it, I'm like, man, how did I do that? Because now even being around cigarette smoke, I guess it's just bad allergies or something, but it destroys my allergies and my throat.
It nauseates me. Like, the smell of it just gets me nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can't even stand being around anymore. So it's like whenever I'm in a smoking area, I have to stand like 30 feet away from the closest smoker.
Yep.
Because I'll just die. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm like, oh, nope, gonna hurl.
Yeah. So I mean, smoking just was not the best decision, and I honestly wish I would have just stayed with dipping at that point, but for some reason it led on to other things or just not went back to dipping.
Mm-hmm.
But then, of course, I fell back into vaping, and I didn't honestly. Whenever I was first vaping, I didn't know there was juices or liquids out there that you could buy online that weren't from China. Because I started vaping. Actually, I have it right here.
Yeah, what was your first setup when you first started vaping?
This is my first post on, or not my first post on Twitter, but it says, "Got an electronic hookah today."
Oh my god, I remember those days.
Yeah, it's amazing, but can't beat a fat lip. And I prefer dipping. And
whenever I think of electronic hookahs, I think of those fucking stupid giant fucking volcano e-cigs that had like the 12 different colors. And it's like, I remember first trying one of those while I was still doing hookah. And it was just like, what the fuck is this shit? Get this shit out of here. And it was actually like the first years of the vapes and everything before like the cartomizers and everything. It was like, get the freaking bullshit out of here. Get this.
Oh, yeah. So like my first setup, okay, so this was in, let's see, when did it say? It was April 13th, or no, April 7th, 2013. So 6 years ago. Yeah, a little bit over six and a half years ago, almost around there. So, so my first setup, I actually went down. I was at a party. My buddy had one. I was like, dude, what the hell is that? And he had a little ego with a little tank that comes with it. And I was like, dude, those are freaking cool. Silica wicks and all that stuff. And I was like, man, that's really cool. Let me try it. And I really like the flavor. It's like, yeah, let me try it. And it was just something at that time to have, I guess, for fun or just whatever. But then I eventually like, oh, okay, I actually like this. Maybe I should actually use this for what it's for. And I didn't really fall into that part until a shop in our town actually opened. Mm-hmm. So like I said, I had a little, I think I had an ego twist. Yeah, my first step was an ego twist, and everyone else had the little egos. I'm like, yeah, I can change my voltage. What's up, motherfuckers? And everyone else like, dude, that's so cool. And I mean, it wasn't the best setup, but I mean, it was something that was really cool to have back then, and I honestly liked it. And I believe my first flavor was from Vixen Vapor, and I believe they're still around. And it was their peppermint flavor, and it's not a mentholish, but it's like a sweet peppermint candy, and it was really good. And honestly, I could probably still go out there and get it and vape it. And I'm not a big mint fan, but
I'm trying to find my first setup on Google because I have the box for it, but the mod's long gone, so I'm trying to find it, and I'm not having any luck. Okay, so if you guys ever heard of the Boulder's been around for a while. Boulder's kind of had their name out in the industry for always having the starter kits and all that kind of thing. So, I don't know if I told you guys this, but my first setup I've ever had was a Boulder Aerial Air. The freaking tiny little pen where it had literally 3 settings. It was a little thing on the bottom that turned, and each turn changed it to a different color. It was either blue, yellow, or red.
Yeah.
And that was my first setup for probably 7-8 months.
Dang.
Before I moved on to the, what was it? I think it was the Joytech EVOD. I think the one where it was like the car one, where it was like that little 60-watt mod with the stripe down the middle, and then that shitty tank that had like the metal around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with that for how long? I would say maybe another 2.5-3 months, and then that's when I started experimenting with like rebuildable stuff, and then everything went downhill for my wallet from there.
Yeah.
And so, wow, I completely lost my train of thought. Holy crap. So yeah, that's what I started with. It was just seeing how how we used to call it, like I got an electronic hookah and all that stuff. Just kind of takes you back a little bit.
Yeah.
Just realizing how long this industry's been around already. I mean, it's been around for over 10 years, at least.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably close to 12, 13 years, maybe. I would say 2009 is when people started getting it, so I would say, well, I think it was around before 2009.
Yeah, I think it started coming around like 2007-ish.
2007, 2008 when like the people used to call it, it's not smoke, it's water vapor.
Yeah.
Remember that happened and everything? That was when all the cigalikes came out and all that stuff. And so you started, like, when you first got your first setup, it was bought everything from China.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stopped. You did that for, you said, like, about a year, right?
Yeah, so I vaped for it was probably a good 2 years, and a lot of my buddies got into it. I think what really got me to where I'm like, okay, I don't really need this no more. None of my buddies vaped anymore, and we were buying from like Fast Tech and all these other places. There's actually a place on Instagram where this guy used to make posts, and he actually just came up on Instagram not too long ago and said, "Hey, I'm back." I was like, "Holy crap, dude! I haven't seen you in forever." But I bought an EVIC off him and like all these other cool things, like my Kanger sub tank. And I mean, I've been through, whenever people talk about, vaping nowadays, it's so hard. Like, dude, you have no clue the struggle. Like a VV Novo tank was like the shit back then. And you try one of those now, you're like, dude, what is this? This is gross. Mm-hmm. And I remember like going through all that. But I mean, I probably vaped for about a good 2 years and then I stopped. And then I started vaping again. Like I probably went back to, I probably did nothing for about a good 3 months, 4 months, and then I started dipping and smoking, and then eventually clicked in my head, I'm like, what am I doing? There's a shop like literally a block away from my house I could walk to. It'd take me probably 3 minutes. And I went back to vaping then, but I mean, like I've had an EVIC, the tube EVIC by, I think it was Joytech, I think that's who made those. Had a little screen on it, itty bitty screen, and everyone was like, dude, that thing is so cool, it's so huge, look at that big old screen. And it was probably like a 30 millimeter device, and all it had was an 18650 in it. I was like, oh my god, this thing's huge. Now I look back on it, and I mean, like I've had like what was that one? The Vamo V3, V2, and V4. I've had those. I mean, I had the Smoke Tech, what was their mechanical mod they had that you can unscrew and everything?
The
Magneto.
Yeah, fucking Magneto, the fucking hot button king.
Yep, I had a Magneto. I've had I think it was the M16 that was a tube.
Oh, God.
The Camry telescoping. Like, I eventually got to where I had a cheap, even like a turtle ship and stuff like that. Like, I went from all the cheap ones to like better ones. I mean, stuff nowadays is just so much easier. So much easier. Like, you don't have to sit there and try to drill out. Like, I remember back then when we used to drill out our airflows on like the IGO whatevers, and then you would get to where you're building your own coils because you couldn't really buy pre-made coils. And I was sitting there watching Rip Trippers whenever he was still making coils in his kitchen. And we would have to drill out our posts just to be able to make those coils fit.
And when your wick was freaking like mesh?
Oh God, I hate that. The first RDTA I had was one of those IGOs where it came with the mesh, and I could never get it. Or I guess never liked it. But I mean, it was something that
it's very unique. It was very finicky, and I wouldn't go back to it for the life of me.
Yeah, back when you had to boil your own cotton. It's back whenever I used to vape. Just to get good cotton. And I mean, it was some crazy stuff back then.
Or when I used to use like silica wick, the shoelace crap.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it just, so when you got back into vaping, what was that setup that pretty much summarized it all for you to where I'm not doing the whole quit thing again and then going back and making the transition again? What was that setup that when you started, you quit for like a good couple months and then you got back into it? What was that setup that you bought that made it be like, okay, I'm good on this now?
Yeah, and the whole thing was I was like, man, you know what? I don't want to be one of those people who are 30 and missing teeth and having bad gums, because my gums already on the bottom, top, they already started like going down. I was like, man, you know what? I need to get something. My buddy started vaping again. So I was like, okay, let me see what he's working with. Let me see if he has something I could borrow. And he actually let me borrow one of the little smock tanks before the Prince came out, with the little, the little stick mod, or no, it was the Baby Beast. with the stick mod, the one that comes with it. I used that for like a couple days till mine came in. I actually got the G-Priv Lux or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't say that's the first mod to really say, okay, yeah, that got me back into it. Because, I mean, yeah, it got me back into it. I didn't dual use just because I knew, okay, this can help me stop, and it has helped me before. But I wouldn't say it's what really got me there, because I think it broke within, like, 3 months. Because I'm a, like, as everyone sees all the stuff I have now, I'm a type of guy who takes stuff on and off. I'm constantly putting different atomizers on there, putting different tanks, and eventually the 510 gave out. So then I think I asked my local shop, and I was like, what's the most reliable? And they're like, oh, okay, we'll either get a the Geek Vape Legend or get the Vupu Drag. So I actually went out and got a Vupu Drag, and I really liked it. I mean, it was super durable, and honestly, it kind of reminds me of the old Sageli 150 temp controls whenever temp control was big. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I honestly, dang, I should have brought it. See, this is something I should have brought all my old stuff. But I had actually an old Sageli 150, and I still have it. And I mean, the thing still works. And
does the touch fire thing still work?
What do you mean touch fire?
That thing on the top of it, that round spot on the very top of the mod. That black round spot where you just touch your finger on it. It's like a little touch pad.
Oh no, I didn't have that. This was the, I don't even know what.
Cause I thought that was the Sageli 150 that had that freaking like round black like touch thing on it.
No, this one had like almost like the Vupu. It almost looks like a Vupu Drag, but it had like a little weird slant, and then went up to the 510. But I mean, I'll have to show y'all. Because it's a workhorse, and honestly, I haven't really used it or anything, but I know it still works and it turns on and everything. I think I put a tank on it one day and vaped it. I was like, okay, that thing still works. And I actually just bought one not that long ago, just so I could do like maybe a retro vape one day. And I bought it for like $20 off a buddy because he had like 3 still new in the box. But I mean, that thing was a workhorse. And the Vupu Drag, I think the thing that really caught me on that was the 510 was like bolted in, so that way it could not move. And then eventually that thing broke. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to what I know, what I really like, and that was mech mods. And I started getting back into mech mods, and ever since then, like, I haven't ever looked back. I got buddies who still dual use or dip or smoke. And like I said, my boss smokes probably like a pack and a half a day, 2 packs a day just at work. And I'm like, He's always smoking constantly near me. Like when we go travel somewhere, I ride with him, and he's smoking all the time in the vehicle. And I'm just like, man, this is really. I mean, I really hate you smoking in here with me. It's like, yeah, it's not very good. But I mean, I guess, dude, I would say going back to the basics would be going back to mechanical mods was my thing. Once I got back into those, I think everything was kind of like, okay, I know I'm not going to go back. And I mean, eventually one day I might even quit it all, and I don't plan on going back. And it's one of those things where I kind of learned from my mistakes on, I went, instead of going back to vaping, I just went to tobacco products, and really might have destroyed some days, years, minutes off my life. But now I'm glad that I'm back onto vaping, and it's one of those things where I know if for some reason one day I quit everything, I wouldn't ever go back to cigarettes. I know I can go back to something else.
Definitely.
But yeah.
So when you got back into vaping and all that, you decided to start a YouTube channel. And you decided to start doing a little bit of reviews, do some unboxing stuff. But I have a real question for you: is what made you want to start doing a little bit of advocacy stuff, like with all like your weekend wisdom, and like what you do with Shane now with the weekday wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know what got you into doing that, because it takes a lot for somebody to make it a commitment to want to do advocacy, because it's very draining. It's like you're being a dead horse 99.5% of the time.
Yeah.
And definitely. So I want to know what your thought process going into is. I'm going to do something that's not going to benefit me. It's going to benefit everybody watching. So it's like, to me, when you promote advocacy, it's a selfless thing you're doing to your channel. It really is.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start doing that?
Honestly, I started my channel to kind of to do more advocacy, but I also started for like the newer vapor out there because like whenever I got back into vaping, I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like I think that was whenever Smock, whatever you want to call them, was coming out with like 50 things at once. And they were all dropping like a week after each other. I'm like, this is like super hard to pick out what to buy nowadays. So I was like, okay, I want to start my channel to kind of show people, okay, there is stuff out there and there is good stuff. And like I said, I had the Vupu mess up on me. I had these the G-Priv mess up on me. So I was like, man, you know what? I want to start a channel to show people what's out there that's actually really good and what's going to last. And I mainly wanted to start it because of that and advocacy, because I'd go to my local vape shop, and I mean, whenever I used to go there used to be a wall of nothing but flavors and little tanks that you could try. And I mean, there's still a bunch of shops that still have that, but our local vape shop, as soon as the FDA came in and said, hey, you have to turn in all your stuff and you have to take all your stuff down, you can't have displays that have it on there, and you can't let people try it, such and such. They took that serious and they took everything down. I went in there one day, and I think I was still dipping at the time. I just went in there to hang out with the guys in there because I know all of them and we all hang out. And I was like, whoa, where'd all your stuff go? I was going to try some flavors, maybe get back into vaping. And they're like, yeah, we can't try flavors no more. They're like, we can do a thing where you could pay a membership fee, and it's a once a week type of thing where you go in there and you can try a flavor, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, there's tons of shops down the road. They're like, hey, we're not trying to get in any trouble. So, I mean, that was one of the things that really turned me towards advocacy, is seeing my hometown shop that was ran by one guy and his wife, that he I think just recently, maybe like a year or two ago, actually quit his job so that way he could run their shop full time with her. I mean, they struggled, and it was sad to see, honestly. That's what really got me into advocacy, was seeing them struggle, and then all these FDA regulations come through with they have to turn in, okay, I don't know if it was PMTAs then or what it was, but you got to turn in every single juice or every single flavor, nicotine level, and bottle size. And they were one of the shops who was like, hey, you can get anywhere from a 1 to a 24. Anything in between, we will make it for you. Because they were trying to cater to the new people out there. They were trying to make sure people were stepping down. And that's one thing I really want to commend that shop in, is they would actually step you down without you knowing it. If you told them whenever you first started that was your goal, they had a board back there with who was the regulars and what their nicotine level was when they started, and they would eventually step you down, and you would never even know it. They would label it wrong on purpose. They would say, okay, yeah, it's still a 12, and it would be a 10, and then it'd be an 8. And then once I got into rebuilding, I was like, okay, I need something. They're like, okay, here's a 4, and then eventually I got down to a 2 with them. And that's just something that's really cool, that they took the time to do that for people because the people said they wanted it done. But I mean, if you see, okay, yeah, I'm vaping a 2, you're like, hey man, I'm not getting enough nicotine, I need you to up this. And that's one thing I really liked about them. But I mean, like I said, just seeing their struggle of not being able to let people taste their house juices and flavors, and not being able to kind of promote their stuff more, it really sucks. I mean, that's what really drove me into advocacy. And then I would go up there and talk to the owner's wife, and I would talk to her all the time about advocacy. I still go up there every now and then and talk to them about it, because she usually stayed really up to date with everything. Mm-hmm. And that was just one thing that really drove me more towards advocacy. And like you said, it's like beating a dead horse. Like I sat there, I would go on Vape News Magazine, saw Vaping 360. I would just look up articles, print them out. I would read them throughout the week, and then on Friday I would print out all of them. At work, I'd get home, and I would study them and figure out what all I want to talk about, and I'd do pre-recorded. And honestly, I don't know if I would ever have stopped doing advocacy the live really helped, but doing it that way was really discouraging, because I didn't have a huge fan base. I didn't know the Stew crew or anything like that at that time. I wasn't a part of that whole thing. I really didn't know many people in vaping. Like, I'd message James every now and then, or other people, just to try to get some hints on what to do. But it was really discouraging putting a lot of time into something that you're trying to help save a community and then getting 0 views for like 2 weeks straight. I'm like, I'm putting out a new video, but hey, the last video still has no views. Make sure y'all go check it out. And honestly, it really stuck. But it was something I wanted to stay with. I wanted to keep up with, because I'm like, okay, eventually one day this is going to build up to something. It doesn't have to be huge, big, or anything, but it's going to build up to something. And maybe I might get some viewers who will actually go out there and actually pay attention to it. And I mean, like I said, my whole channel is just for the everyday vapor, so that way they can kind of get some knowledge and see what they like out there and everything. That's pretty much how I got into advocacy and where it's led me to now. I mean, a lot of people in the chat know where it's led me to the Weekend Wisdom, the Weekday. I've been on a few shows. I'm on this show now. And I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a huge hit or anything like that, but I mean, I haven't been doing YouTube that long, and I feel like I've made some pretty good strides, and I really enjoy it. And it's not really just for the views or the subscribers or anything like that. Honestly, I could care less if I had 20 or 2,000 or 20,000. It's actually brought me closer with a lot of people. Like, I got to meet you and a lot of people from the Stooge fam that I would have never met. Like meeting Stan and Nick Bissett for the first time. Like, oh my God, dude. I watched these guys on YouTube, and it was just super cool, and it was something that
I realize they're just fuckheads anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, they're just normal dickheads. Yeah,
but I mean, they're dickheads so much where you have to love them for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even if he throws a pod in your face.
Not the only thing you fucking hit me with. Pod at your face, fist at your junk. You can go on and on.
Yeah.
Hit you in the face. You all saw it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things, like, I give you props for going in and doing it, not really caring about if you're getting so-and-so views, because it's not you're not doing it for the views. You're doing it for the info. I mean, the views means that you're getting the info out there, but you got to think about it. If you're sitting there and your video gets maybe 5 or 6 views, you go into a room with 5 or 6 people, that's 5 people you possibly could have changed their opinion on something.
Yep.
And those 5 or 6 people can go out there and tell somebody about it, and then it's just how it spreads. It's really how it does.
Yeah.
As long as you reach, like I always say this all the time, as long as you reach out to one person, that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. If you're able to change the mind of one person, then hey, I think you did your job. I think that's what I strive for. If I can change the mind of one person, I think the reason why I started this channel has been fulfilled.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the main things I wanted to do, was be able to get information out to people and help people get the information, so that way, because I mean, like I always say, go out there, read your articles, but I mean, if you can watch a live stream and get a lot of article information out of it, that could make it to where it's in your mind of, okay, well, they always say don't trust us, just read it for yourself, and then they go and read it, or they click on the link or whatever. I mean, that right there, honestly, I feel like I want to promote more of the people who are actually doing the main advocacy. All me and Shane are doing is we're just getting the information to more people on a different platform. And I mean, I wouldn't be able to do advocacy if it honestly wasn't for like Grim Green and Angela and all the people out there who make all the articles or do the live streams or anything like that. Because I mean, we take a lot of good ideas from them. We take a lot of their good articles they write and a lot of good information. But I mean, it's just something that I'm really honestly super passionate about. And like, I know Grim Green always says, oh, well, the live stream will never leave. That's the one thing that will never leave. And that's honestly the one thing that will never leave from my channel is the weekend and the weekday wisdom on Shane's. That will never leave. I mean, if I have to skip a week or two or whatever, yeah. But I mean, like, I haven't posted a video in almost 2 weeks now. And I'm fine because I know, okay, I got the weekend wisdom coming up. I did the weekday wisdom. And honestly, that's what my channel, I wish, was mainly about. Honestly, if I didn't do any reviews, I'd be fine with it. Kind of like how you do your channel, where you do just your advocacy. Mm-hmm. That's something I wouldn't honestly mind on my channel, because, I mean, it would give me more time and everything to do other things. But I also like to show people what I'm vaping on also. So, but yeah.
To kind of show a little hobbyist side of it, which you can always incorporate to the shows, talk about other stuff too. It's just... yeah, it's just a cool thing that it's different when you're reading an article and reading it more of like a you're seeing a writer go out and try to explain something when you can watch a show and have somebody break down what an article says and kind of break it into real life perspective a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of show, and you get to hear personal experiences, and then you get to hear opinions, which could possibly change what you like. If you had one opinion on something from that you read from the article, and then you heard somebody else's opinion, and then it changed, then it's bringing conversation, it's bringing discussion, it's bringing. As long as you're talking about it, that's all that matters, really. You're talking about it. You're bringing the knowledge to somebody's ears, and it's a great thing. It really is.
Oh yeah.
So I give you props. I give you props for what you do.
Thank you.
I'm always trying to come in on the weekends and hang out with you guys. Especially, I need to come in during the weekday one because I seem to be missing it all the time for some reason.
Yeah, and we've been having a lot of potatoes.
YouTube's really good at telling me when somebody's live the day after it actually happened. So I'm like, on like Saturday mornings, I get the notification, oh, the freaking green room's on. Well, thanks, you're a fucking day late. I already watched it, you fuck.
But yeah, YouTube. Like honestly, I think advocacy is mainly I don't even think vaping really in general is what got me back into it. I think it was more the advocacy reasons what got me back into vaping. Like I said, watching that shop struggle, people I've seen come from the ground up and just like come in having just like little eBay starter kits to having cases of stuff and just thousands of flavors, and then seeing them struggle, that's something that really is like, you know what, maybe I should stop dipping and smoking. Maybe I should start vaping, and let me go support them, because that's one thing I like to always bring up too, is support the people who was your support system when you first started. I know it's so much easier to buy stuff online, and I'm a victim of it too. I buy a lot of stuff online still, but I still like to go in there and talk to them, ask them, hey, well, how are y'all doing? Well, are y'all keeping up on advocacy? Have y'all heard about this? No or yes? And we sit there and we chit chat, and I usually like to buy something. I mean, they carry a lot of products I don't like, but I still try to buy something. I mean, even if it's something I'm gonna buy and just give it to someone so that way they can stop smoking. Yeah. It's something I'll do, or I'll go in there and I'll try to help them out with if they're busy. Like they always do any flavor is the daily deal, and I try to go in there. I try to help out as much as I can on that. Just well, hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Try to get them some more sales. But I mean, it's something that I think that really got me back into vaping was the advocacy part.
Mm-hmm. Up, you froze. Why did you freeze? Up,
yeah.
Up.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Did y'all hear me?
Yep, you're good to go.
Okay.
The internet took a poop really quick.
Yeah.
It happens.
I mean, like I said, it's just the advocacy, I think, what really got me back into it. Got me back into vaping.
Definitely. Well, I think we're gonna get ready to wind it down here a little bit. So get ready to end this in a little bit. Do you have anything going on this week? I know you guys already just had the weekday wisdom, right? Was that yesterday or Tuesday? Yesterday was Tuesday. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it was yesterday. So I've been in Florida and I've been busy. So I haven't really had any videos coming out. I know I was going to post one today, but I'm going to post one tomorrow for sure of a mail time. I'm going to do a mail time with Texas Cloud Town tomorrow for sure.
Awesome.
Pretty cool stuff. A lot of y'all have already seen it, but a lot of stuff I've been vaping on. But I'm definitely going to do a mail time, and then I'll have probably a Flashback Friday favorites on Friday, and then back to normal 3 videos a week on starting Monday. And then Weekend Wisdom, of course, if y'all haven't checked hiccups. If y'all haven't checked out the Weekend Wisdom,
3 Central?
Yes, 3 p.m. Central, right before Poon Sauce McNasty. So,
well, this weekend I'll be on at 7:30, so it's gonna be later. Anyway,
you're gonna have a double dose of advocacy, so definitely make sure you got both of us.
Definitely. So make sure to check out Mr. Texas Cloud Town and Shane Oakley for their Weekend Wisdom. I don't know if you guys have a guest or not. Are you just gonna be you two?
I think it's just gonna be us two this week. Get back into the groove, and then we'll start getting some more guests in.
Awesome. And then, we got me and Sean for Saturday night at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We might have something special for you guys for that. Maybe like a third opinion on something that's happening. Obviously, if you guys have been keeping up on social media, something happened today. That's pretty much what we're gonna be breaking it down, and we might have somebody very special to come kind of bring in some little input on it, because they might be a little bit more knowledgeable in what's actually happening than we are. So keep an eye out for that. We're trying to get that worked out. And then we got tomorrow, we got Grimm's vlog, so you'll probably see both of us in there. You could probably see most of you in chat in there tomorrow. And then, of course, we got That's What She Said, which, of course, it's the best show in vaping right now. So
It is.
if you're not doing anything at 9 Central or 10 Eastern, whatever time zone you're in, make sure to head over to Ruby Rouge channel and watch That's What She Said. It's a bunch of amazing ladies. The lady dudes are some of my favorite people of all time. They really are.
Oh, yeah.
And then
they're killing it.
And then Friday, we got the Green Room, which I am so excited for Friday's Green Room. I don't know if I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if Frames has announced who the guest is, but I'm just going to keep my... No, That's What She Said this week. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Liv. Thank you.
I didn't even know that either.
Neither did I. So apparently there isn't a That's What She Said this week. So we can all sit in at 9 p.m. Central or 10 Eastern. You need to take a picture and of your computer screen on YouTube on your Ruby Rouge channel with a sad face on there, a crying sad face saying, "I'm still waiting," and just send it to her on Instagram. I think that would be a funny thing, just to show how much you guys, if you guys love That's What She Said, you guys got to show that you're upset that it's not on and you're sad, because my week's not complete without That's What She Said being on. So.
Yeah, I play football on Thursdays, so sometimes I don't get to watch it, but as soon as I wake up on Friday morning, if I don't watch the replay at night, as soon as I wake up on the way to work, I'm watching it. And as soon as I get into work, I switch it over to the computer and I'm listening or watching it. And that's one of the shows that if I ever miss any of it, even a minute or half of it or whatever, I'm always going to rewatch that show, just because they have some really funny topics, some really cool and informational topics as well.
Definitely. And then, so we got the Green Room on Friday, and then, of course, Vape Stew right after that. I'm not sure if Stan and them have a guest planned out. They usually figure that stuff out an hour before the show. So, but I love them all, so it's okay. Oh, yeah, I got to give a shout out to that guy, Matt, and, of course, Mr. Logan Exhales. I believe Saturdays they do the Rise and Vape, I think.
Yeah, they do it at, I think, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Central, I think. Yeah. Matt or Logan, if you're able to tell it, go ahead and post your times in there. You're good to go. Any self-promotion you guys want to do, you're more than welcome to do it. And then, let's see, Saturdays we got my show and then Weekend Wisdom. And then I believe Sunday there might be a high-end vape forum, I think.
Yeah, yep, I believe there is. That'd be pretty cool.
If you're into that kind of thing, come hang out with us. It's a fun time. It's a really fun time. It's cool to hear some of the things they talk about, hearing a different perspective of the industry, since it's like a completely different side of the industry that I would say 95% of us in chat don't really know about. Mm-hmm. So it's cool to hear the ins and outs of that. I love watching it every other Sunday. So and then Monday, of course, we got Vaping with the Ohmies. I know we're going to be short at least one person on Monday, so you just get to hang out with us, get to hang out with the Ohmies and just... Okay, it's in the clouds at 7:30 Eastern. Got it, okay. And then I don't know if it's if Logan is he still going to do his Rise and Vape?
I think he's still been doing his. I think he's all settled down at his house now, pretty much, where he's doing his. And be on the lookout because he's doing a podcast soon. That's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, so we got a little bit of news from Klowne. Your Wolf Bite might be heading to live on Fridays.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, he deleted it.
Well, I already said it, so it's already in there. So you can't,
so now
you
have
retract
to do
it because I already said it, Klowne, so suck it. And do we have anything else? Is there anything else going on? Ohmies, then Tuesday. Nothing Tuesday, and then we're back to the normal schedule with what's in the news next Wednesday with me and Mr. the Angry Hippie, Shawnee T. So I think that's all we got for you guys. I'd like to thank everybody again for tuning in and hanging out with us. Got a little laid-back show today. Got to hear a little bit about our good friend, Mr. Texas Cloudtown here. I'd like to thank him again for coming in.
Oh, it's going to be Sundays. Sundays live.
Sundays live.
There's a good place right there.
YouTube or Twitch, Sundays. Okay, so whatever I just said like a minute and a half ago, scratch that. Just scratch it. Because the Wolf Bite podcast is now going to be moving to possibly Sundays live on either YouTube or Twitch. So keep an eye on that. And then, of course, thank you, Anthony, for posting that Vape AM Monday through Friday on Vapors TV. Make sure to go check that out. It's always a fun time over there. And I think that's all we got for you guys. I'd like to thank again Jay. I'd like to thank Livia, Addie. You two are amazing. Love you both. I love everybody who came and hung out with chat today. It's awesome. I love when people just come and chill. I love when the conversation's good. And I saw Labworks in here earlier. Paul, I love you, buddy. It's good to see you, my friend. And then, awesome. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. And we'll see you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Just keep on vaping.
Deuces, pooches.